I'm live. Hi. This message is going out mainly to fellow Uber and Lyft drivers. I am an Uber and Lyft driver. That's why I'm identifying myself. Not identifying myself, and I'm in disguise, so they can't use facial recognition because I don't have pleasant things to say about this Uber Lyft. Uh, First things first. All right, this morning, I don't do the share. I don't do the pool. So this morning, I answer a Lyft call. It didn't say share. And lo and behold, one passenger has been added. So I get there, it's a share. They didn't say it was a share. So I said to her, I'm sorry, I don't do shares because, she's getting in a car. And I didn't like having to do that. But prior to this, it said share, and you have the option of accept or not. Now, I'm sure that what went on behind the scenes was that Lyft said, these drivers aren't taking the shares. They're turning them down. So they said, what we should do? We'll just stop telling them it's a share. And that way they'll just have to take it because they'll pull up and there you go. Now, if you're new to Uber and Lyft, you don't know what a share or a pool is. It's when instead of just one passenger, the riders have the option to choose sharing the ride with another passenger. So let's say your car seats 4 people. Instead of picking up one person and taking them from point A to point B, you pick up one person and then you're on your way. And then another person says, oh, one passenger has been added and they're going in some other direction. And then you got to pick up another. I mean, what happens is at the end, you get paid for one ride, even though Uber and Lyft have just collected 3 fares. Is that fair? Hell no, that's not fair. And is that a gripe? Yeah, it's a gripe. Hell yeah, it's a gripe. Because I noticed I've been driving now for 2 years for both of them, for Uber and Lyft. And the pay has steadily been dwindling. The surges are stopping, the bonuses are stopping, or they're becoming minuscule, a pittance. And I understand what's going on. These companies, Uber and Lyft, they're making billions of dollars. And who are they making the billions of dollars on? Drivers like us. We're out there, we're spending our maintenance fees, we're paying for gas, we're paying for insurance for our cars. Uber and Lyft don't have anything to do with that. Oh, no, you're an independent contractor. You're independent, but they want to tell you how to conduct yourself. Oh, you got to take share. Oh, you got to take a pool. No, you don't have to take that because it's a ball buster. And I'll tell you something else. Let me tell you while I'm on this rant about the passengers that choose. The passengers that choose pool and share are cheap pieces of shit. All right, they're instead of sitting on a bus or a subway like their cheap ass should do because they want to pay the same amount of money to sit in your car, and then they have the nerve, because I pick these people up, they have the nerve to complain. Oh, I'm late. Could you please hurry it up? What do you mean you're late? You chose share. I got to go pick up somebody else. You chose pool. I got to stop. So I stopped accepting them entirely. So now Lyft thinks they're slick. See, they want to keep you close enough but far enough. They want it's a whore pimp mentality. They're treating drivers, we're the drivers, they treat us like whores. Okay? They got no conscience. You're out there in the cold, you're out there in the rain, you're out there in the winter, and they get the money. They get the chunk. They get a big percentage of what you're paying, of what the passenger pays to you. Is it fair? No, not really. Not when you think about it. Should it be 50-50? No, I think maybe it should be more like 80-20, 80 for the driver, 20. Okay, and while I'm on the subject there, okay, I read about how Uber is spending all this money for driverless cars. So what does that say about drivers? Oh, thank you for your service. You're no longer needed. We have cars that replace you. They drive themselves. And Lyft is doing the same thing. They pretend, oh, we're all community minded. We want to help. There's a fire in California. We'll send free rides. Yeah, they're full of shit. It's all about the dollar sign, okay? And they'll deactivate you in a heartbeat. And regardless of, I'm a driver with nearly a 5. I got 4.94. In case you don't know what that is, that's the ratings. The ratings, the highest you can get is a 5. With Uber, I got a 4.94. With Lyft, it varies, but it's usually between like 4.80, 4.90 in that area. But the other thing about these pool and the pool people and what do they call and the shares is they'll bad rate you, they'll bad mouth you, they have these little tricks these cheap pieces of shit do so they can get reimbursed. Oh, the driver was rude to me. Oh, he played music I didn't like. Oh, the car smelled funny. Oh, he said something sexual. Which I mean they'll lie. They'll say anything. Okay, so the the reason I'm that angry is because it's like, ideally it would be a great job. I used to be an airport limousine driver. I had to wear a black suit. I had to stand there in loser's row with my little sign at the airport waiting for people. And that sucked. And the boss was like, oh, you got to stay 4 hours more after I've been working a 14-hour day. Oh, a plane just came in. I need you. You're fatigued. So I got to give, the concept of ride share and being an independent driver who could log on and log off whenever you want to take a break to get your recharge, that's all well and good. But what is happening, what I see happening on a daily basis now, every day it's something new with less pay, with less bonus. I saw no surges, no surge in the morning. It used to be orange everywhere. Now, what the hell happened to the surge? I'm in the Philadelphia area. Where's the surges? All of a sudden, nobody's going to work. No, they stopped paying for the surge. So now you're just getting a little 337 here, 367 there. Granted, it's a short distance, but it went from a $5 and $6 ride. And they're doing this in an effort to grab business. They're competing with each other. Oh, Uber wants to grab Lyft customers. Lyft wants to grab Uber customers. But who is in the middle of that? The driver, the people on the front line. That's you and me. We are the drivers. We're on the front line. It's our car. It's our expenses. It's our gas. They pay you when you subtract all that from it. It's piddling. So why do it then? Go find a real job. Well, real jobs aren't that easy to find, and I like the independence. So what they need to do, I'm talking directly to all these big executives at Lyft and Uber are all sitting there circle jerking each other and making billions of dollars on our backs, is you better start thinking of the drivers. You better compensate drivers for professionalism, for service above and beyond. Compensate them, pay them a fair wage. If you don't, you're going to lose drivers, and the quality level of what drivers will remain is going to be shit. Okay? What's the other thing? To drivers, don't take this shit. Don't take a pool. Don't take a share. The only people that should be taking pools and share are masochists, the drivers that like aggravation and grief. If you like aggravation and grief, go for it. If you're a new driver and you're not familiar, do the share in the pool, because it's the cheapest, it's the lowest scum. And the people that take, another thing about the passengers you get that choose share and that choose pool, they come in there with their smelly breakfast. I'm gonna eat my breakfast. If it's a guy, he's trying to feel up the woman that he's sharing the ride with. I've had to stop the car and punch him right out of the car because he was grabbing the woman's breast. She's like, I don't know this guy. This is disgusting. It's unacceptable behavior. Lyft, Uber, you suck. You're scum. You're really just scum. If there was another, I know New York City has a bunch of others. They got Blue and they got Pluto or something like that. They got a bunch. If there was a different ride share service that I could go to that paid a decent wage for decent work, I'd be on it in a second, because there's no loyalty here for either one, for Uber or Lyft. And then Lyft has the audacity, when you turn the app off, how did we do today? Rate us. I give you a very poor every day, because you're a very poor bunch of bullshit. All right, that's it. I've talked myself out. The bottom line is, you want to keep the distance. You don't want to call us employees, but you want to tell us how to behave. It doesn't work like that. In London, England, you got sued and they had to pay. You are considered an employer. And that may happen here in the United States. I would like it to happen, but I wouldn't like it to happen. I like my autonomy, but I'd like to be treated decently with decent wage. So you better up the ante. Stop trying to compete with the public buses. Stop trying to compete with the subway. This is not a public bus or a subway. It's a ride in a car. It's transportation in a well-kept, recent, late model vehicle. Okay? And for that, you should pay the driver for everything, all the expenses he has. You should compensate him. And the other thing is, for communication, you hide behind all this bullshit. Oh, you can call a person directly. No, you call a person, you get, first of all, welcome to Uber. These are the numbers. Perhaps we can answer the question with these recorded announcements. No, that's not calling a person directly. That's wade through a bunch of bullshit before you can actually get a straight answer from a person. And the person is company. So they're touting the company line. They're not going to, I sympathize. Yeah. I'm sorry the guy put a gun in your face. Well, you'll just have to carry on. It's horse shit. That's it. I'm done. I'm spent. Leave your opinions. I'd like some opinions in the comments. If you agree, fine. If you disagree, tell me why you disagree. I see these other Uber drivers. I make 250,000 a year. Yeah, sure you do. You live in your car, pal, or it's 250,000 in pennies or something. That's horse manure. Maybe it was 5 years ago, maybe when the getting was good, and you're driving from San Francisco to freaking Southern California or something. Because I do not buy that. It's just shit. They're turning to shit. And if you want to be shit, that's what you're going to get. Shit service. Okay? Get people on bicycles. Get people with food in their car. Grubhub people. I've had my say. All right? That's it. We're done. We're done. Bottom line, Lyft, get your shit together. Uber, get your shit together. Eliminate. Here's my solution. Eliminate pool, eliminate share, and charge the people a decent amount. If they don't want to pay that, they'll let them take the fucking bus or let them take a subway. Okay, none of that. I want to share. I'll share the ride, and then bitch about it anyway, and bring their laundry and bring their fucking crack prescription and zombies. Do I sound like I'm going off? Yeah, I am going off. I'm going off because it's a good thing that you're turning it into shit. It's like, how cheap can we get it? How can we lure them? Ooh, maybe we should just make it like $1 a ride. Yeah, $1, and we'll give the drivers 40 cents. And that way they could jerk off with the left hand while we screw them in the ass with the right. Goodbye.